Hey everybody, welcome back. We are getting ready to react to some more Dark. It's later in the day from when I watched the last two episodes, and I was like, okay, done with everything that I can do at this point. We're just going to settle down and let the meds kick in and go from there. I've got to work Sunday, which is the Sunday before Memorial Day. I'm working at the art gallery. This is the first Sunday that we're trying and seeing how the store will do, especially since it's a holiday weekend. And then Monday is the actual holiday. I was trying to think if it was an observed day or if it was the actual holiday. And I think Memorial Day is always the actual day is always on a Monday, I believe. I was trying to remember the rules because the job I'm at, like for instance, if 4th of July is on a Saturday, we would observe it most likely on Friday. They usually pick the Friday or the Monday closest to the day. So Monday is the actual holiday, and our office is closed. However, the crisis line is open. So I'm one of the ones that will be working Monday. So, yeah, I had my 2 days off today and yesterday from the main job and any of the art gallery stuff. I actually took a day off of work for Friday. So, trying to get better about taking days off. I hear from all the videos I watch of those in foreign lands from me who are looking at American habits, that sort of thing. One of the biggest comments is about how little time we take off for ourselves. So, trying to get better about it, even though I'm working on the actual holiday. At any rate, got that going on. And in preparing for working at the art gallery tomorrow, I found a paycheck from them from December of 2022. So I just emailed them and I was like, hey, so I apparently forgot to deposit my check. 6 months later, am I going to be able to try to deposit it, or do you guys need to cut me a new one? So I think they do the cash based system, which means once they've factored the money out, they've just assumed it's out. But I think banks only do up to 3 months, but I'm checking with them before I attempt to try to deposit it just to make sure I'm not going to screw up any books, because that's the last thing I want. I don't want to mess them up. But I was like, ooh, and it's a nice check too. Well, you can see how much I pay attention to my money. At any rate, Dark, that's what we're on. We're on season 3, episode 5, I believe. And between now and the last one I saw, I don't really have any new thoughts. Yeah, episode 5. I don't have any new thoughts. This one is called Life and Death. And all the titles seem to be at least tangential, sometimes even circumventional. They tend to circumvent, but which means they go around but come back around to it eventually. But tangential, it comes off from the same points. I guess circumvent is what I mean because eventually all the titles come back to the same thing: beginning and end, alpha and omega, ending and beginning, deja vu, infinity. Endless loop was one of them, which fits with infinity. And now we've got life and death. I couldn't remember. I was like, oh, I forgot it already. Life and death can also be thought of as the beginning and the end and the beginning. So, I mean, the title's not really telling me anything. Although maybe. if Martha and Jonas's baby is infinity, if they're having intercourse is resulting in this infinite loop, I don't know. Uh, Maybe Martha and Jonas are both life and death, which is why we have our infinite loop. But they still haven't answered the questions I've had, and I'm trying to keep all of the information straight. And I think the three girls that we saw with Trante, little Trante, were Claudia, Jana, and Inez, Michael's mom, Inez. But I only heard the one girl's name, which is why I was thinking the one that he gave his bracelet to, which is an Oraboro, I think is how it's pronounced. That's why I was thinking her name was Inez, but that is Jana. So I did clarify that. And I didn't clarify, but I think Trante was getting ready to sleep with Claudia as a young one, which I was like, oh, we don't need to go there. I'm already uncomfortable as it is. But when I was looking things up, it reminded me that Trante did have an affair with Claudia, even though he was with Jana, and that was revealed at the funeral that they had for Mads. So eventually I'm following. But enough of rambling because I'm not adding anything new really. So let's go ahead and get into it, see what this episode's going to be about, and kind of go from there. And Purdy's not in my lap right now because I've been trying to kick her out so that she'll use her bed. I've got the heat on in it again, but she won't get in it. So she might be back in my lap here in a minute since we're actually reacting to stuff and I'm not getting up and down. I know I already said it once. Here we go. Shovel, coffin-sized hole. So we're starting with death. Whose body? I figured you'd be back. Putting them in the ground in the woods. Oh, and on top of getting confused as to which timeline and which people we're following, we've got the added confusion of which universe for all of these. So, oh, and I want to know who Hannah is pregnant with because I'm sure we're supposed to know who it is. The Sirens, I wonder if we're in 2052. Regina. Okay, so we are in either Our World 2052. I couldn't tell exactly who that was. Or we're in the other. Regina was already dead in the other Martha's universe. So I think we're in our universe.
Why did
I
he
can't,
die?
I
What
can't
means
tell who
death?
that is.
No matter what path we take to get there.
I like her with the bangs. Much better. Which 2052? I think
Your
this is
path
Our
will
World.
always lead you to this point,
Oh, that's
to
Charlotte.
me, and we can unravel this knot once and for all.
He's lying.
But you must. Her world is no more deserving of salvation than ours is. You know that.
So I didn't talk about this last episode. Adam does know about the other world. So that hypothesis I had about Claudia saying you still, like paraphrasing, you still don't know how to play the game. I forget what it's actually phrased, or you don't understand how it works, or something like that. It wasn't about necessarily the other universe. So I'm baffled again on that part of stuff. Transition is going to drive me nuts. That's always creepy. Now that is that Martha? Last time it was Michael. And if they are the endless loop, then things should have been solved by Martha dying, right? Which is supposedly why Adam killed her. Goodbye hug. I do like
It's all
Katerina
okay.
with bangs better, even though I hate bangs myself. Breathing thing.
Tonight at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna get you out of here.
How?
1 year after the horrific events in Chernobyl,
So she hasn't run
members of
into
upper management at the reactor
Hannah?
sensed this.
Possible, you think? To go back and try changing anything?
I forget who Charlotte's run into to have these questions.
You're such an adult now. Adult enough.
We get in the pocket watch. Is this the cell phone? Nope.
Are those my parents?
Is that Noah? And I can't tell who the woman is. They look like they're dressed for the 70s, even though the baby carriage looks older than that. Oh, that would be right, because we're in the 80s right now.
That photo's not you. Those aren't your parents.
Okay.
Had forced my son's car into the river.
Taking
They
everything from
only
him.
ever found the bodies of my son and his wife in there, my granddaughter.
I don't understand. Who are my parents?
And where'd the grandbaby go, if it's not Charlotte?
I don't know.
It is possible she's still the grandbaby. Unless she's not the right age, but depending on what time they took the baby to. So this is Martha's world.
I never imagined it would end like this. But that's how it is. Everything has its time.
The death of a business.
Fall of '86.
Does she recognize the type of bag?
And when did you start working at this place?
Fall of 86.
Also around that time.
Are the plant being archived? Going back a ways.
How far a ways? 2052. Our world? I can't tell who that is. I love summer thunderstorms, especially with lightning. Is that? That's Charlotte. So this is 2052, Our World, Charlotte. Hey, Claudia. Charlotte sounds like she has asthma. She's got a bit of a wheeze to her heavy breathing.
Hello, Claudia.
Oh, is that Claudia, not Charlotte? Liz, right after the apocalypse, still looking for mom and sister. Mom who's in the future, sister who's in 1880 something. Wasn't it raining last episode too? A lot of rain going on. You would think if it was, or if they thought it was radiated rain, that they wouldn't be out in the rain. It is emotionally traumatic, which is what the soldier was trying to indicate to him the last time they went through.
I want you to join our side. Eva's side.
But that
Eva?
doesn't. Oh, I just figured things out from the beginning. So I didn't recognize her as Regina. And I told you guys I'm terrible at recognizing faces, much less different actors playing the same character is really messing me up. So at the very first scene was Claudia after she found Regina dead because was it that Claudia smothered her? Somebody smothered her. I can't remember now. So that's who she was burying, was Regina. Why she came to the police station, I don't know. But this isn't 2052. This is, was it September of 87 was the, or no, 2019, 2020. So like September 2020-ish is when we're at right now. Oh, God.
He belongs to the dark.
Was it Jonas that killed
Jonas?
Regina?
He's dead.
I can't remember.
No. He's not.
He's in my world.
He wants to destroy both worlds forever and untie the knot. Everything in this loop repeats. Life and death.
So I'm confused again. None of that made any sense. And both what Eve says and what Adam says they contradict themselves all the time. So I don't know who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth, and that's probably the intention of this show. But they'll say one thing to one person and then they'll tell another person something different. I mean, that's what Eve did with Jonas. She told Jonas this part, and then forget who confronted Eve and said, "Why didn't you tell him such and such?" Because he wouldn't believe it. He'd still go after Martha, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. How many more episodes? Three more. Three more after this one. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to make it. I thought the disaster happened in 2020.
It's all right, just a scratch.
We're repeating. She's had that scratch before. I forget whose face, though. We're
That
really
scratch.
highlighting the scratch.
Maybe it's us who make it all start.
Well, that's what they've been
But
saying,
why does
right?
she want that?
Because they're lying. No matter what I do, it just gets worse.
So
I
do
have
nothing?
to go back to Eva.
Jonas.
Is she going to keep going? Nope. Okay.
Jonas, wait!
But if everything keeps repeating, not going could change nothing as well.
I'd reconsider if I were you.
Who is that?
Wyndon is like a black hole. Once you're inside, you never get out.
Is that Alexander? The real one?
She told me, though,
Who?
on the day that she passed.
So can Jonas aim for the moment before Adam kills Martha?
I'm Peter.
Oh, Peter Doppler.
Charlotte.
So who was Helga with before
Peter? What are you doing home from school?
and while he was doing all this stuff for Noah?
Ulrich?
So in this world, she's the one that's been cheating, and he knows about it and all that. Are the weird transitions that remind me of ocular migraines, are they indicators of when we're switching from each world? Is that Jurgen?
Don't be scared.
Well, that was creepy. Oh, shit. Is that Jurgen? So he doesn't know that
Fast
she's
if you live alone.
deaf, so it's not Jurgen. Just sip it out of the bowl. Or pot. I'm not liking this. Is this what inspires her to cut her hair? I mean, the sound or music, whatever you want to call it, is purposely trying to make us feel uncomfortable. Yeah, did not like this. Is this going to kill her dad? I think this is where Dad dies. Kick him! Kick him! Kick him! Bye, Peter. Good girl. He's dead. Is she going to tell the military people that are out there? Is that how she becomes paramilitary herself? Wait, Liz,
It
Charlotte.
is time.
And who's the third? Oh, I thought Francesca was in the past. Are they locking them in there? And it's an older Francesca. Is that the Francesca that's been with Adam, Magnus, and Francesca? Oh, Adam and Francesca are on the other side of the door, aren't they? But Jonas was in the same room with the controls, so I'm confused again. Other world, because the other world was using the red and white tape.
You didn't want any of this? Last night? You didn't want that?
I mean, he's technically not related to her in this world.
This here is wrong.
Oh, so confused. All right, we're back in our world, if I'm following the transitions correctly. It's not raining. Who's that? Is it Katerina following her mom? Is Katerina going to die?
Mama, let go!
Well, that spooked her. Somebody's going to die. Did she just kill her mom? Still moving. But that was a good blow to the head. Somebody's dying. Oh, and that's the coin that's found on the beach. Or
Go away.
the beach of the lake. Now, it's life and death, and when Ulrich did this to Helga, it didn't kill him. So is Katerina really dead? Gonna weight her down in the lake? How's she gonna get her out far enough to get her deep enough in the lake? And then that's the St. Christopher that Jonas and Martha share. What were they looking at? He's getting taller.
Are you hungry?
So he noticed the window's broken.
Mom, what happened?
I just killed you.
Mom, say something.
Does she see it now? Oh, is this how she gets the black eye?
You are unworthy of the name I gave you!
Yeah, this is how she gets the black eye. Oh, nice mom. On top of the beating. Are they going to show us Ark waiting? Yeah. At least he got to apologize to her. He'll notice the damage to Katerina's mother's head when she shows up for work next. Peter meeting his dad. I think we're supposed to know who that guy was that attacked Liz, but I don't know who. Was that Jonas that found Liz? Eve. Is she even there?
But there's no way back for you at all.
Why?
A human lives but 3 lives. And the third, with the loss of life itself.
So, are the 3 guys in Eve's world, do they represent that? The loss of naivety, being the youngest, the one of the loss of innocence being the one who's killing everybody, Noah's counterpart, and then the old man being death itself. Is that what those 3 are supposed to represent? Which is similar to the the three-headed goddess, three goddesses, the maiden, the crone, and the mother. Kind of a similar type of motif.
Yours ends here and now.
What?
She's killing Jonas.
The containers in the
You
plant.
will understand everything when it's right for you to understand.
That's older Martha. That's the traveling Martha.
Who are you?
I am you,
Sorry.
and you are me.
Jonas.
So there is no Jonas in this world. So it's an end to Jonas completely.
Please.
But we had Martha. So we had 4 different Marthas in there. And now they're all going to hide. But she's already pregnant. Do they even know that? He just gave her the St. Christopher medal. I promise, I'll make this right. So that's what she said to him when she stole him out of his world when his Martha died. And we're back to the beginning. The endless loop. Infinity. Life and death. No answers. Still confused. Other than events keep repeating. The only things that are new are Liz killing that guy, whoever that was, who killed her father, who tried to rape her, and Katerina being killed, and Oryx still being stuck in the past. I mean, that's all we've got, folks. We 3 more episodes of me saying, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm wanting to watch others to see if they're banging their head on the wall too. You know that emoji where he's sitting there banging his head on the brick wall. I use that one a lot at work. All right. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.